Welcome, Dungeon Masters. This is Chapter 3 of Vecna, Eve of Ruin, a review of this chapter. There will be heavy spoilers, so if you have not played this yet, do not watch. Please come back after you've played. Our party from last week has found one rod piece. They are back in Sanctum with the Wizards 3. So again, this is home base. It's going to be home base between levels. So each mission takes place in a different area, essentially of the multiverse. And this is the home base. There's people they can interact with here. Maybe people who can buy or sell magic items. And other offerings. Side note, our party is over here once again at the portal. And the Wizards 3 have sussed out that the second run piece is somewhere in the astral sea or the astral plane. This is a very Spelljammer-esque mission. It's also very cool visually, but how does it tie together thematically, or how does it even work as an adventure? We shall see. So once again, the Wizards 3, Tasha, Mordenkainen, and Illustrial Silverhand. I didn't touch on this before, but this is can be super cool if your players do have some knowledge of some of these individuals, Tasha, Mordenkainen, Illustrial, or even some of the settings that they're going to. It plays just as well if they don't. They will be in awe of these high-powered mages, but just hearing those names might add a little bit of excitement to the adventure. And again, we're very much on rails here. So we're going from Sanctum to different areas to retrieve rod pieces. So the party needs to be on board with this. If it were me, if I were starting, I would tell the party that this adventure is very much on rails. Yeah, everyone needs buy-in, because if players don't buy the basic, for lack of a better word, plot, um, it's going to be a tremendous amount of work for you, and also it's just frankly going to break. So get the right party together, the right mindset. Doesn't mean the party's wrong if they don't like that. It just means let them know what's coming, what to expect. So as they step through the portal, it flashes and they are transported to this awesome map. Okay, so what is happening here? This is the wreck of a ship called the Lambent Zenith, and it is a Spelljammer ship. There's also going to be other tie-ins to Spelljammer here, and this is the visual to open up the chapter. So this ship is landed in the heart of a dead god, the body of a dead god, and it's pierced the heart of it. And the ship itself has been broken into three pieces: a stern, starboard, and a stern castle. I've seen some other people who have played this online, and they've inserted their own Starjammer ships, maybe some other maps, but that's beyond our scope, because for right now, we only have two maps inside Chapter 3, the Lambent Zenith and the Heart of Havoc, which is where it finishes. So our party, this is a cool thing because the party moves by thinking. They can move in any cardinal direction, up, down, east, west, and just by thinking. And so I just kind of had them vaguely floating through here towards the ship. Now, there's random encounters here. These are star anglers. They surf the astral sea looking for prey. This is a night scabber. So very creepy, cool creatures. And I added in a intellect devourer. This is from the Shattered Obelisk module. This is for a bit of challenge because the characters are at level 12 right now, and the Scabber. Let's take a look. Hit points are okay. AC is low, 14. It is a CR5. The Star Angler is a CR8, 15 AC, 119 hit points. You can definitely max these. That would put it at 182 versus 120. So, but an 8 and a 5 are not going to be much for, let's say you have 5 people, even 4 at level 12, and they're optimized. They will chew through that. So I added in an Intellect Devourer who was fitting with the setting, but also can kind of screw them a bit on the psionic side. At least give your creatures a chance to last longer than 1 or 2 rounds. Yeah, it's a CR8 as well, so they still blew through this, but at least a little bit of challenge can make this more than a one-turn affair, one-round affair. Then it's up to the party now where they want to go. So the body of the dead god is here. Again, the pieces of the ship are in 3 pieces. The prow is actually piercing the heart. I think as designed, the module would definitely want you to start at the stern. And if the players do go that way, this kind of unfolds as a dungeon with these ships. So this is the top level. Uh, on the top level, I've moved some of these tokens around because the party was adventuring, but there are some Githyanki who will greet them. They're not hostile, oddly. But the mood on the ship is very much a tense atmosphere. You could think psychological plot boiler. They've been stranded, no way to get home, and the energies from the god are messing everything up. Also, again, there are various creatures here that will threaten them. So their lives are pretty much day to day. So you can play this up that way. Now, the problem you're going to have is these angles and elements really aren't built here. So how much you want to do that is going to be up to you, and also it's just going to require a lot of buy-in from the players. But there's not much map. So let's say we have a kind of a drama, and the crew, the castaway sailors, and the few passengers, a cook, etc. Um, there's a captain who is the shadow player here. He's actually a doesn't look like this. He is a death slot and in disguise, and he is killing some of the crew or urging monsters to come and attack them, and taking delight in their uh, demise. Now he claims that he has crashed his ship here. The crew has voted to elevate him to captain. So he's actually the elephant. I think at Loxathon. That's his actual appearance, but he is a death slot. And now, as to why they promoted him, that's not explained, and the party will immediately be suspicious of this individual, and uh, doesn't build too well. I actually wish they just had the captain, have him be the captain or the first mate, and have him being taken over or impersonated by a death slot, but that's not how it plays out. And so, bunch of suspicion on the top deck, and they can go lower here. There's a first mate who is hiding, locked himself in his room. He's here. With some convincing, he can be asked to come out. There's also a pretty cool part where they've locked away, the Desolate has locked away a halfling who is actually a coatl in disguise. Um, and if she's released, she'll expose the captain for what he is. Now, all that's well and good, but the captain himself is only a CR10. So even if we bump him up, 160 and 80 would be 240. So max hit points. He's just a single target monster. Um, Party of level 12s will take him out. No problem unless he gets extremely lucky with initiative and drops a couple spells on him. But there's not a lot here. Fireball at that level isn't as powerful as you think. Doesn't do as much damage. Cloud kill, it's okay, I guess. But he's not going to last. And so this part ends here, and they will tell the party that the captain is holed up in the prowl segment. So the party can head there, which is what mine did, or they can go to visit the starboard segment. So the starboard segment is actually down here below. They did not visit the starboard segment. There's a treant down here. There's some stuff going on. Mainly in the module is written, there's just 6 grells in here. Um, and 6 grells are not going to do it. It's just not worth running the combat. If you do, I definitely would beef this up a bit. So, but they didn't go that way. So they went directly to the prow from the stern. So some interesting things going on here. So this is actually where the ship has penetrated the heart of the beast, and these maps are very nice. Along the way, with some convincing, they can meet the captain of the ship, who has holed up in her room, and she is a diva, and she has a artificial leg. One of her wings needs repairing, and the party can actually help with that. Um, Help her repair the wing. If they do, she'll be grateful and on their side. There are some magic items she has. This party is of event to rob her. They can get a flame tongue sword. Um, I probably wouldn't. I didn't at least have her offer these items to the party. And again, still a lot of tension even after the phony death slot is discovered. These people are still trapped, so they can go down below and then enter into the Heart of Havoc, which is where our rod piece is. So we'll switch maps. It's a jarring transition because we go from this gorgeous map to this less than gorgeous map. Um, but you do see the prow. This is actually the heart of the dead god, and the party can enter into here. They will meet a Hurtalod, which is a pretty cool creature, and he has legendary resistances, legendary actions. The rod piece is actually in his stomach, so the party will be fighting him. Now, I would bump his hit points up as well. Oh, at least probably 50, and let him go. Or depending on how strong they are right now, you could bring in other creatures as well, which is what I had planned if needed. The party was doing okay, and I think this is enough of a challenge for them. But if your party is super strong, um, might want to beef it up a bit. But he can swallow creatures, and the ambiance is very cool. As written, this is a it's always neat to be inside of a heart, and then a creature that can swallow you and do some damage is nice. With that, after they defeat this creature, the characters can go back through the portal. Now, obvious question is, what happens to the crew? The crew is trapped on this uh, dead god, and the ship is smashed. They have no way to get back. So I had my party was interested in bringing them back to Sanctum. I had no problem with that. So I just had them come back through the portal with them, and told them that they could meet up with people who travel the planes and would hire them or could be convinced to help them get another ship and go back there. Um, So that's resolved. But as written, the party just leaves, and the sailors and company are stranded. They do have the second rod piece. As they come back, Lestriel, oh, by the gods, you've done it. And the rod pieces do let them cast some spells, but I'll go over that next review, next chapter. Mordenkainen and Tasha are gaining more trust in the party. So, just a side note, Illustrial and these people are all like level 23 or higher. So, even at level 12, the party is still considered um, very much inferior to elite adventurers. But the party now um, is going to be level 13 already. So, these are pretty fast moving pieces, these last two. And you can see, the party is get level 13. They're getting a lot of power. They're not gaining a lot of magic items, and there's not a whole lot of places for them to explore anything with downtime and things like that. So you may want to, if you set this somewhere, let them have access to a city or something that's a little more familiar. But that again, that does require some work on your part, and it's up to you. These chapters are very bang bang. Can be. I could see this being stretched a bit, but personally, like I said, there's just not enough map here, and I guess you could have the Death Slide having had the crew on his side, um, but the crew, yeah, I don't know. I didn't play it that way. They did fight the Death Slide and they won, and helped out the captain, and also uh, went below and slew the herd a lot, and were on their way. Um, this is a very nice map. It's just the modules itself. This part of the adventure, I think it's lacking. You could turn it into something, but you can turn any modules into something if you put enough work into it and have the right ideas. Uh, but as is, they come back to Sanctum and they can rest, relax. Again, Merlin is here if they want some magic items or things to purchase. There's other individuals you could have them do quests for or just interact with. And but with that, I think that's going to be the end. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.